What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's Tuesday, still morning, 2 minutes before morning, almost about to be noon. We're gonna get ready to take down the bow blind. Quickly talk about the build of it, how I kind of built it, how it works, and yeah. Just wait for a couple people to get on. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on it. Um, so this is what I've been hunting. Smells like powder when you fire off a rifle. It smells like that. I don't know what it is, but anyways, so this is what I was hunting out of with the bow. I have some regular blinds that are built like out of wood and stuff like that. But the problem with those is that I don't have enough room to draw. I have one that I cut out a little square, and I thought it'd be enough room for me to draw, but it's not. My elbow barely touches it. And like once I get that big buck, I'm gonna be a little bit more antsy, and I'll probably hit my elbow and probably screw me up. So that's why I started using these little makeshift blinds. But yeah, good morning to everyone. We still have 1 minute before morning, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started taking this thing down. Should be a pretty short live. Shouldn't take too long. I have some scissors and I have a pocket knife, mainly held together just with a bunch of uh, zip ties. Mainly a bunch of zip ties, and I bought some more of this like burlap material. I bought some more of those as they have started to go on clearance, and then I will probably buy some more because the only thing I wanted to do this year differently, or not this year, but well, I guess this year towards the end of the year when the season starts up again, is I want to make it a little bit darker in the back so that way they can't see my silhouette. So that's the plan for this coming up hunting season, is to leave the metal part here, leave these stakes or the T-post and the wire in here, save all this stuff because the sun will just tear it apart if I leave it up here year round. So that's the reason I'm going to go ahead and take it down. But the plan is to make this thing darker for the next season, so that way they can't really see my silhouette. That's the plan. But I'm going to go ahead and start taking all this stuff down. And if you guys have any questions on any of this stuff, drop it down. I'll be checking my phone kind of periodically. I have it hooked up to a battery pack. I have battery packs linked in the description too. So that way, hopefully, the phone won't run out. My phone wasn't fully charged when I came over here. We did do another video this morning. We caught some shad. We kept them alive. Oh man, we did catch a big old freaking shad. Probably, I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video just to give you an accurate size. But he was probably about, he was huge. He was a huge freaking shad. The biggest shad I have caught in that river till this day. I'm pretty sure he's the biggest shad I've ever caught in that river. I've caught some bigger shad, but they were in other rivers. But this one was a huge one, massive freaking shad. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just start cutting all this stuff. I think it's probably easier just to do it with scissors than with a knife. Now this stuff here, this little like netting, is already getting brittle, and it was only up for what, November, maybe 3-4 months ish, somewhere around there. So it didn't last. It's not that, I wouldn't recommend this. Basically, I wouldn't recommend that type of netting. Maybe I'll link some more netting as good morning to everyone, by the way. I'll be checking my phone periodically to chit chat with you guys, chop it up a little bit. But yeah, this is like plastic paper now, is what it feels like. So I don't recommend getting these. These, on the other hand, the burlaps, they last a lot longer. They feel good. Like this one still feels pretty solid. This one's already been here. This one's had some time with me. It's been out here for, I don't know, I've had it for like at least 3 seasons at least by now at this point. So he's a little bit more beat up. But yeah, this one was only out here 3-4 months, and he feels kind of brittle. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it feels a little bit more brittle. And every time it gets caught in a bunch of stuff too. Especially when I'm with the bow and I'm trying to come in here with the bow, it gets hooked on a whole bunch of stuff. This stuff not really, just slides right off. So, but it's not bad for like maybe duck hunting and stuff like that. Might not be bad for this. I could have gone differently. But yeah, we're just gonna take all this stuff down and save it for the next season. And I'm gonna leave all of this stuff here, and I'll probably modify it here and there as I find different ideas and stuff like that. But Jose, good morning, Jose. Hope you're doing well, Jose. Like I said, I'll be coming on, checking the phone just to kind of chop it up with you guys, and then be kind of working at the same time. But yeah, this one's older. I did buy some more of these burlap ones. I'm waiting for them to go on clearance even more so I can get a couple more. Only because I want to make the back part a little bit darker, or darker inside, so that way the animals can't see my silhouette. That's the plan with that. But yeah, this was a cheap little modified build. It was just basically some cattle panel, some T-post, and then some zip ties. It's literally how I made the blind. Um, as I was saying earlier, I have some deer blinds that are, a lot better than this. They have actual roofs and they're made out of real walls. But the problem is when I draw back, I'm like right there touching the back of the wall, and I'm afraid I'm going to end up, the opportunity is going to present itself for the big deer, and that's going to be the time when I hit the freaking wall or something's going to happen. So that's why I just decided to start hunting out of these things like this. They're quick to build too. They don't take very long. I think I videoed when I built that one, or this one. I think I videoed it. But yeah, yeah. So I videoed when I built this thing, and then we weed eated all of this stuff. It worked out pretty good. The only other thing I need to work on here is that sometimes when we get a strong wind, it would blow this thing around. So I ended up putting some bungees here. But for next season, I'm gonna try to figure out something differently. I don't know, I gotta figure something out because it kept on blowing in here, and then it would distract it. And then I had the camera here when I was recording. So it was a couple times when I had the camera for you guys leaning against that thing, and the wind would blow this thing, and my camera would rock back and forth. So yeah, I need to fix that. But yeah, these I was also hunting out of a tripod. Like last year, I think it was last year, I was hunting out of a tripod. But one time we got a big old gust of wind, and I had the legs cornered on the tripod, but I think somehow it caught the wind and it kind of picked it up. It was probably because of maybe some rain or something. The soil was soft, and it kind of picked it up off the ground and pushed and let it come back down. That was kind of scary. I was hunting with the bow too, so I was like, man, if I fall down from here, this is not going to be good. I can easily fall on one of my arrows, and by myself, what the heck am I going to do out here? But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. It's now Tuesday afternoon. It was Tuesday morning when we started it, but yeah, it's a quick and easy build. I know a lot of you guys, I don't know if you guys are watch the other videos, the regular videos, but some people were asking about this stuff, and that's why I thought I'd go ahead and come on here live, kind of explain it, talk about it, and that way you guys can see what I'm doing. It's super cheap. A lot of these panels I already have. I have actually more behind you guys, actually, in case I wanted to make another one of these guys. I have 2 more panels, so I can make 2 more of these blinds if I wanted to. When I was buying these panels, I think I was paying like $20 or something, maybe, I don't know, it wasn't that much. It was under $30 for these panels. And then, 4 T-posts. I don't know how much T-posts run now, but you could get a whole blind for probably under $50. And this stuff, you don't have to use the burlap. You can use whatever you want, but I have the burlap there, so potato sacks might be good if you just spray painted them or something too. That would work also. But yeah, and this morning we went to the river, caught some shad, caught the biggest shad in the net that I've ever caught out of that river. He was freaking huge. That video will be coming up soon too. So I have a lot of videos already posted, and those are for channel members first. So for like to be a channel member, it's like $2.99, $3 a month, and so that you just get access to all my videos first. That might give some value to the people who are on the channel members, and then the videos start getting uploaded for everybody else throughout the next couple months. So that's how it works. But yeah, because not everyone who watches my lives watches my videos, and not everyone who watches my videos watches my lives. So that's why I try to do. I try to do both for those groups of people who do those. But yeah, this one feels brand new still. He still feels freaking solid and heavy. Might be one of the ones I bought from this year. He still feels really, really good. Yeah, just a bunch of zip ties on this thing. James. Good morning, James. Where is your ranch located? It's located south of San Antonio. I don't like to give out the address or anything because you never know who the hell's on the internet, but it's south of San Antonio, about maybe 45 minutes to an hour south of San Antonio. Um, yeah, you just never know who the hell's on the internet these days. So, yeah, I can answer your question, and somebody else who just freaking tunes in who's weird like that can like find you and shit. So, yeah. But these are the little makeshift covers for the windows because I was noticing that they were kind of picking me up a little bit, so I just cut some burlap and just covered up some of the windows. And so it was kind of harder to live stream during the season because I would have to pick up basically one of these windows. I'd have to pick it up to be able to put the phone in there. So the thing with that is it would let more light in, so it's easier for them to pick me up too. So I think the last video I made, I don't think I live streamed it. I think I actually just videoed it, and then after I shot the deer, that's when I went live, and that's because of that reason. It was letting in too much light, and so I need to work on that too for this coming up season. So I would love to live stream the hunts and all that, but I need to figure out a better way to do that. But yeah, but it's a super cheap, especially for you guys who have like leases. This is perfect. I think this is perfect for like leases because you can easily just set them and go. You know, you never know with the lease, right? You can always get kicked off or whatever. So in this case, if God forbid something happens, you get kicked off your lease, all you got to do is just take out your T-post and take this fence with you, and you can go set up on another lease. If you happen to ever get kicked off, or you just, something happens, you don't want to be there no more, it's quick and easy to get up and move. Yes. So I'll fold all these things back up and then use them again next year. I bought a couple more they were on sale, they were on clearance. I think they were like, I don't know, I got the bigger ones. It was like, I think like $20, but I think I got it for like $11, $10, something like that. Basically like half price. That's what I got it for. But yeah, these things are still really good. This thing's solid still. Super freaking good. And I'll save all these for next year. Mm-hmm. Oh man. The little window covers. But yeah, this one, I don't recommend buying stuff like this. This was my first year trying out one of these. They're noisy. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Super noisy. And they get caught on everything, man. They get caught on everything. And they don't last as long. This one's already kind of turning into like paper, it feels like. Now, obviously, you could probably take this thing down a lot faster, but I'm just kind of chilling. No real rush. I'm gonna go have lunch with my sister later, but that's about it. Other than that, I don't have much else to do. Ow, that's a thorn. Yeah, that was a thorn. This one may have another season in it. He's already kind of towards the end of his life, but he'll be useful for something. I don't want to throw him away just yet. But yeah. Hello, everyone else who's tuned in, who's just tuning in. What's going on? Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday afternoon. We're just taking down a blind, and we'll probably use one of these for some turkey hunting. Maybe I'll set up like a little makeshift turkey blind somewhere once everything starts turning green for the spring. Turkey should be coming around probably on the opposite side of the property. That's where the water's at. That's where everything's more green. But I have had some come in on this little, behind you guys, there's a clearing, and then there's a big mesquite right behind where you guys are at. And I've called them in to here, to that clearing before. But I know that they like the front of the property better. So yeah, we'll do some turkey hunts. We'll see how we can live stream it. If not, I'll probably just straight up GoPro it on top of the head, or even like a chest mount for the turkey hunting. Yeah, this thing is like bigger than the canvas ones, but they're just super loud and they don't last as long. And then for these bungees, I just put them there to somewhat kind of hold back this canvas from hitting you guys, because I have you guys on the tripod, and it's somewhat helped, but not 100%. It almost knocked down the phone quite a few times. Man, I used a lot of zip ties, more than I thought. These little pieces will save them. They were good. They were useful for something. Yeah, hope everyone's doing good. What's going on, guys? What's going on? I see a lot more people are tuning in. What's going on? We're just taking down the deer blind. So these are the little windows that this was actually added. I think I added this one later. I don't think it was one of the first ones. I added this one kind of for the phone, as you can kind of tell. But it was still harder just because it lets in so much light. Once it gets dusk and dawn, it was a little bit better, but it just depended on how much sun was out. One more on the bottom. Yeah, these things are super easy to build and super easy to take down too. We're already almost done taking this thing down. I heard a tree branch break. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard something. There we go. Who were you guys going for on the Super Bowl? Seahawks, Patriots? I was kind of hoping Seahawks would take it, which I believe they did. I even stayed to watch the full game. It was kind of slow, to be honest. It was like what, 19 something, 19-3 last time I saw it, and I think we left. And my whole freaking timeline on social media is full about the Bad Bunny concert and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna go out here to the woods. I could I could care less, man. But yeah, so these are my little windows that I had cut out later. And this thing still feels good. I think this is the one that's on also year 2. This one's year 2. And then the other older one's year 3. And then I have some new ones for this coming up season too. So I'm just gonna fold all those things up. And we're gonna leave this metal part all here. I'm gonna leave all of this here. This should be fine. I don't see no problem with it. I mean, they've been out here for a long time. That's literally why I used them, is because I had them just thrown around, not being useful, right? So they really haven't rusted out too much. There's a little bit of rust here, but I mean, they've been out here for years. So yeah, and it's tall enough for me. I think you could probably get somebody in here who's probably like 6 foot, and you should be fine. Maybe even like 6'2", 6'1". You should be fine. So for standing up, in case that's important to you. But yeah, all I did was I just basically bent this thing in half, or like a half mooned it, and then I just put T-posts on the ends, so that way this thing doesn't flop out, and that was it. And then just a bunch of zip ties, canvas, burlap, camo stuff, wrapped it around, and that was it. And I have more that I already bought for next season, so I'm gonna try to make this thing darker in the back. Oh, there's some really nice cardinals right there. Anyways, so I'm gonna try to make it darker, at least like back in here where I'm sitting, so that way hopefully they can't see my silhouette. So that's the plan, is to maybe put it like right in here and make this part darker, so that way they can't see me. That's the plan. I'm gonna try to look for some more of these burlap things when they go on clearance, so I can get some more for this coming up season. But yeah, I'm just gonna fold up all of this. These things are pretty durable for the most part, considering they've been used for a couple seasons, and they're not terribly expensive either. Considering. And somebody's calling me. But yeah, these things are pretty durable. The burlap ones. I'll leave some after we finish this live. I'll kind of copy paste them and put them in the description. I should have done that before, so you guys can pick some of these out too if you wanted to. If you have any ideas or intentions of making one of these little cheap bow blinds, these are super durable. They last a long time. There's one there. So hopefully this coming up season will be even better. And I think we're gonna hunt out of this blind again. And the reason I say that is because we have a huge buck. Unfortunately, I never got to actually lay eyes on him, but we have him on trail camera coming to the feeder. What the heck is that? Looks like something white, but I can't tell. We have him coming to the feeder like a lot of times, and he's huge. I did I basically screenshotted him from a trail camera, and then I asked AI like to score this animal. AI scored it between 145 and 155. So based off of what I see too, I'd probably go around there, like around the 150-ish mark too. So it wasn't far off from what the AI scoring stuff thinks he is. And I believe that's the second season that I've had him on here, but I had him on the other side of the property the year before, and he wasn't that big. I mean, he was big for his body size. You could tell he was like maybe like a 3-year-old or so, somewhere around there. This year he really even got bigger, so hopefully fingers crossed, next year he'll come back, and hopefully that'll be the year that we actually take him. We'll see. So he should be around 5 is my guess for next year. And he did make it through the season, by the way. I already got pictures on him coming to the feeder this year after the season's over. So he did make it. That I can say he did make it. So hopefully he'll be maybe pushing 160. Hopefully, and that's free range whitetail. Like that's pretty good for around here. Um, but again, it's just gonna be putting the time, putting in the effort to get him out here. And I'm thinking, no guarantees, but I think I'm gonna do a food plot again. I used to do food plots when I first started the channel. For a lot of you OGs who have been on the channel for a while, you probably started watching my food plot videos. I think I'm gonna do a couple again. And the reason is because I see that a lot of the deer are going into these areas, these little pockets that have a lot of green, like a lot of greenery. They're going in these areas that have all the greenery because I'll just pan around and show you, but everything's dead. Like it's we just have the freeze, so everything's dead. So anything that's green, that's where they're going to. So hopefully I can get some winter plants, but I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. David, good morning, David. Hope you're doing well. So I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. Everything's like dead. Like everything is freaking dead. So I think I'm gonna put out a food plot. That's the plan. Hopefully I can piece it all together. I think I'm gonna put out a food plot. I just haven't decided where I'm gonna do it. But some kind of winter food plot, maybe some winter peas, maybe some clover, something like that. And just like in a little small area, a small little, maybe 1/8 of an acre in size or something. Maybe tuck it away in some brush. So hopefully that'll be a kill zone for a big buck. If I can kind of, get into an area where there's just a lot of brush around it, but you can come into this little clearing where it has a lot of greenery. That's something I'm kind of thinking about doing. Again, if you guys are on the channel, you guys will see when I decide to do that. If I do, which I'm leaning towards a yes, I just got to find an area that would be good for that, and probably even somewhere close to here, because that big deer that we have on camera, he's been traversing through here, but he hasn't been going to the front, surprisingly, where the greenery is at. So he must be going somewhere else. A lot of the other deer, that's where they're all piling up, especially like at night. They're going to those green, low lining areas where the water kind of holds and collects. And that's where they're going and they're eating. So I'm hoping that maybe I can even bring in a lot of does to these little food plot areas, and that will hopefully bring in the bigger deer. So we'll see if I can make that happen, and then kind of do some more research. I know I've done food plots in the past, but kind of do a little bit more research on what plants I can get away with planting out here. That would be a good setup for that. And then maybe even do one of these little makeshift blinds, maybe on the opposite side for different types of winds. I could probably do something like that too, especially since these are super cheap and easy to build out. They're not that expensive. And like I said, I already have all the supplies. I have a bunch of T-posts just laying around. See, this is the only thing I don't like with this thing. It's so freaking loud, like, so freaking loud. It's the only thing I don't like about it. But it does look cool, but it's just too loud. And then my little windows. And then this thing, I'll probably just throw it away. It's already kind of beat up and worn out. That's gonna go in the trash. All right. These little windows are good for something. But yeah, let's see what you guys are saying real quick. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, guys. Again, it didn't take too long. I don't even know how long the stream was for, but just wanted to kind of take this thing down, get everything set up for next season, and I'll probably start throwing out corn earlier. This year I waited too long. I think I waited too long, but this year I'm gonna try to do it earlier. Maybe we can get an early season archery buck. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, without further ado, be careful, be good, take care, God bless. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.